a pillow if you need your head elevated when you're on your back. Otherwise, you're fine just with the mat and a ball. So as everything, please take care of yourself. If something doesn't feel good, please don't do it. You can always stick with the previous exercise until we're done the one that doesn't work for your body. Take care of yourself. Do what feels strong. Remember, always strength versus strength. All right, so we'll just put the ball down for a moment. And we're just going to come into a quadruped position. Nice strong arms lifting through the tummy. And think of your eyes just gazing up to the mat. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, start by moving your pelvis. So you're scooping through your abdominals. And then start to push through your arms as you round your back and let your head fall between your arms. Check that your shoulders are soft, down away from your ears. And you're literally drawing your nose and pubic bone towards each other. Take another breath in. As you exhale, keeping strong through your arms, lifted through your abdomen, gently uncoil from your pelvis, through your spine, and finish by lengthening through your head. Take another breath. As you exhale, initiate by drawing your tail under. Think about your nose and pubic bone coming to center. Push through your arms wide and across your back. Take a breath in, and exhale gently uncoil from your sits bones, reaching to the wall behind you, pushing through your arms and lengthening your sternum through your arms. Inhale. As you exhale again, tuck, press, draw under. Let your head hang between your arms. Just give a gentle yes with your head. Feel that nice space come into the back of your neck. And gently turn your head to the right and left. Hold your head center. Take a breath in. And exhale, gently come back to neutral, starting from your tailbone, through your spine, through the crown of your head. Now we're going to open your knees and curl your toes under. Walk your hands just slightly ahead of your shoulders. And you're going to do what I call lock and load. We're going to pull the heel of your palm towards you to activate tricep, mid, back, and abdominals. And you want to keep that energy of the heel of the palm pressing in. And start to rock back, and then keep pulling the heel of your palm towards your shin or your knees and rock forward. So this is a great exercise to release tension in the back while getting that sense of connection and stability through your mid-back and your abdominals. Remember, move slow. Moving slowly is always better than fast because when we move slow, we have the control and the stability. When we move fast and we find it difficult to move slow, we're missing over maybe some restrictions that we could have in our body. So using your breath, keep that tension of the hands pressing towards your knees and really noticing that activation through your torso. Good. And then just bring your knees in and reach your arms forward and stretch back. Take a breath in. And exhale. Good. So we're going to come into a seated position. We're going to start with the ball behind your low back. Your arms are reaching out front, nice and open through your chin. Take a breath in. As you exhale, find the scoop. Think about your belly button sinking towards your spine. You only want to go back as far as you can stay neutral in your spine, so I'm not arching back over the ball. And then contract your abdominals to bring yourself up. And again, think lower abdominals, sink belly to spine, deepen under the ribs, and exhale, same activation to come up. And to take it back with the breath, and to come forward. 2 more. Exhale. Inhale, lift. Exhale, sink and curl. Inhale to lift. 1 more time. Exhale to go back. Inhale to come up. And we're just going to add a little rotation. It's just a sweep and a length of your arm. Always keeping that sense of your abdominals drawing up and in. Finding that range of motion where the movement feels strong and fluid for you. And then coming up. And again, exhale. And inhale, 1 more each side. So here I have the ball placed just at my lower ribs, but if you find that you need to move it up or down, it really depends on the size of your ball and the size of your body, and bring it all the way up. Take the ball out, straighten your legs, open into a little bit of a gentle straddle, just about as wide as the mat. Hands go onto the ball, sitting tall through your spine. Inhale, and as you exhale, visualize yourself peeling off the wall as you lengthen forward. Keep your shoulders soft, focus on the length coming from the low back. And then as you exhale again, move from your pelvis first, articulating through your spine and sit tall. Keeping arms straight, shoulders soft. It's easy to come in like so. Instead, stop when your spine is tall. As you inhale, each vertebra goes up and over to lengthen forward. And then as you exhale, start with your pelvis, then draw your abdominals in and visualize yourself restacking bone by bone against a wall. Inhale, up and over, finding this beautiful space through your spine and low back. And exhale, finding the strength through your abdominals and back to restack. Inhale, think up and over, arms gently supported by the ball. And exhale, contract to roll up. And one more time. Noticing as we're warming up, moving through the spine, that each repetition lends itself to a little more ease of the movement. And then rounding all the way up to sit. Good. Bring your legs together, scoot forward again, and this time you're going to bring the ball back by about mid to lower shoulder blade. You want to find a place where you can lift and tuck so we can keep the abdominals engaged and the low back supported. But here, if you put your hands behind your head, really relax your shoulders and just let your head be heavy in your hands. When you extend your chest back, it's more of a lengthening that you can keep that engagement of the lower abdominals. So I'm just lengthening back. I'm not arching over the ball. My head is heavy in my arms so that I'm supporting from my core. And then as you exhale, focus on your ribs gliding down towards your pelvis first and your sternum just lengthening over your knees. And again, so we're doing what's called a rib length motion, where it's like we're keeping that bottom rib still and moving the upper torso away from the bottom rib. And then as we exhale, we're just deepening through your center. Again, visualize your bottom rib staying still as you lengthen your sternum away. And then exhale, contract to curl up. So your lower back is remaining still and supported with the lower abdominals always active. And we're just challenging that activation of your upper abdominals to move your ribs away from your pelvis. And exhale, your ribs drop down towards your pelvis. Now come to somewhere in between those 2 points. Throat is open, gazing up to where the wall and the ceiling meet. And we're just going to do a very small side bend, lateral flexion. So squeezing your knees and ankles together. The motion laterally won't be very big because we want to stay nice and centered on the ball, but it's enough to get that activation through the entire front of the abdomen and then also through your lateral muscles. So it's just a lateral flexion, activate to come back. Lateral flexion, squeeze your legs together, and one more each side. Inhale and exhale. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Good. Reach your arms and legs forward, engage your abdominals, and bring yourself up off the ball. Good. Now we're going to take the ball. We'll start with it. You come down onto your back with the ball between your hands. And you want your arms just above lower ribs. And you can gently press into the ball. Just helps to get some connection into the mid-back and the abdomen. Your feet are close to your seat. They're parallel, lined up from the center of your hips. You want to press it to your big toe pad, your baby toe ball, and your heel. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, press straight down into your feet as you roll up through your pelvis. Now think about pushing your heels away from your seat. Narrow your knee angle a little. And then as you exhale, gently roll down, staying open through your collarbone, long through the back of your neck. And then as you come down to your pelvis, just let everything relax. And again, as you exhale, press into the ball, push down into your full footprint. Can you feel your big toe pad pressing into the mat? As you roll up, your pelvis opens, your knees reach over your toes. Narrow your knee angle, press your heels away from your seat. And then on your next exhale, gently roll down through your spine and release. And again, as you exhale, press into your footprint. Press into your big toe pad, your baby toe ball in your heel. As you scoop, squeeze, and roll, your knees reach over your toes. Pause. Reach, push your heels away from your seat. Narrow your knee angle. Check that your arms are reaching, but your collarbone is wide. As you exhale, gently roll down, lengthening through the back of your neck. Easy moving through your spine and release. One more time. Exhale, scoop through your center, squeeze your glutes, reach your knees over your toes. So it's really about getting that length and space through the front of your hip. Take a breath in and exhaling to roll down all the way through and stay. Take the ball, place it between your knees, open your arms to the side. Rotate to one side, both feet will come off the mat. Come back to center using your abdominals to rotate. Inhale, you want to lift from this hip. Notice how my feet come off the mat. And exhale, contract your abdominals to come back to center. Again, initiate from your pelvis. Keep your knees squeezing into the ball, reaching your hip away from your ribs. And exhale, contract your abdominals to come back. And again, up and over, lengthening your pelvis from your ribs, keeping your opposite shoulder to the mat, arms reaching along the floor, and then coming back to center. Take the ball now, lift your pelvis, and place the ball under your pelvis. So that sweet spot is where the ball is not under the low back, but also when you bring your legs up, you don't feel like the ball's going to go squirting out underneath you. So feet are on the ball. Hands go onto your pelvis. Feet on the floor. Fingers on your pubic bone. We're just going to keep your ribs soft and go into a little tuck and a tilt. This feels really nice on the ball. You take a breath. And as you exhale, think of sinking belly to spine, pubic bone towards your belly button as you tuck. Now, what matters here is that you keep your glutes relaxed and you stay light on your feet. And then when you tilt your pelvis or untuck, you want to keep your ribs still. So let's do that again. Exhale, light on the feet, relaxed in your glutes as you tuck. So you're really moving from the muscles of the pelvis. And then you simply untuck. Exhale, tuck, sink belly to spine, pubic bone towards your belly button. And then you untuck, and one more time. So one of the things that's important for back and spine health is that we can differentiate movement from our pelvis and our ribs. So here, we're moving our pelvis without moving our rib cage, and then later we'll move our ribs without moving our pelvis. And then untuck. So now we want to stay somewhere between the tuck and the tilt. The weight of your pelvis is on the ball. Brings your arms down to your side. Take a breath in, and as you exhale, find that activation of your abdominals and bring your one leg and then your other leg up. Relax your heels to your seat. Be nice and heavy through your ribs to the floor. Your job is to be still on the ball. So as we're just holding this and breathing, thinking about using your breath to get that activation of your abdominals sinking to spine. And we're heavy at the pelvis on top of the ball, shoulder blades on the mat. Now slowly bring your feet up so you're now in a tabletop position. Take a breath in. As you exhale, find that core activation and extend one leg up and away. using your abdominals to float your knee back in, and exhale, sink belly to spine. So what's important here is that you're nice and relaxed through your neck and your chest. You're strong and connected by drawing your belly to your spine. And you're working on being stable on the ball as you exhale, that piece of stabilizing before you actually mobilize. Now your option to add more challenge would be to add 2 legs at one time. Start by reaching your legs high, and then as you find that stability and strength in the core, you can add more challenge by taking your legs a little lower. If you find your belly pops out or it's hard to keep your ribs down on the mat, then keep sticking with alternating legs. What's important is the stability. That truly is the exercise. So as you exhale, think shoulders down, abdominals in. I call it blow and go. And then exhale into that and where you really feel that sense of strength and connection through the torso is the most important. The movement is challenging the stability. One more time. Now from here, bring your straight legs up. Focus on your breath, relaxing your upper body, and stabilizing with your abdominals. We're going to slowly scissor one leg away, and then activate your abdominals and bring it back up. Exhale, reach away. So again, how low your leg goes is based on keeping that connection of your belly button sinking towards your spine. Bringing your leg back up. Now, if that's feeling good and you've got good connection through your core, we can take this into a little bit of a modified bicycle. So your leg reaches away, keeping your abdominals in, bend your knee, sweep your toe along the floor, and bring it back up. Exhale, reach your leg away, bend your knee, sweep it along the floor, and up. Exhale. Focus on what's happening between your pelvis and ribs. And one more time, reach. And exhale to bring it in. Lift your pelvis, take the ball away, take your feet down, and extend the legs out. Take your hands to the ball, reach your arms overhead. We'll go into a roll-up. Inhale. Here's your chest lift. Find that deep sinking through your abdominals. And as you exhale, your abdominals take you forward. You want to pause when your shoulders are over the hips. You have this nice deep lift through your center. Take a breath in and exhale. Use your abdominals to press your ribs back as you reach your hips and legs forward. Arms come overhead. Inhale to your chest lift. Exhale, contract to come forward. Think about the back lifting, being active. Inhale and exhale, bringing your pelvis under as you reach your hips and thighs forward. Arms overhead, ribs are heavy. Inhale to your chest lift. Exhale, contract to come forward. The lengthening is coming from your abdominals lifting. And to go back. And exhale all the way down. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. And sitting tall. Good. Keeping your spine lifted, we'll go into rotation. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, we rotate, rotate, rotate. Inhale, center. Now what's important here is that you're keeping both sits bones planted. You're keeping your feet and legs parallel. In other words, you don't want to have this shifting through your pelvis. So it's that sense of spiraling up. Because your hands are reaching out in front and holding onto the ball, your rotation won't feel like it's as big as if your arms were open. So the discipline is in maintaining the anchoring of your pelvis and just rotating through your ribs as you sit taller, taller, taller through your spine. And again, inhale, 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 Exhale, center one more time. And exhale and bring it down. Wonderful. So we're going to come into quadruped again. And we're going to start with one hand on the ball and your knees under your hips. We're going to take your opposite leg back. So we're anchoring into the mind for my left hand and my right knee. And we want to think about a diagonal line of stability from the left shoulder to the right hip. So that's where your abdominals come in. We're going to lower the back leg down. As you lift, you're going to reach this ball forward with your arm. Bring it back in. So the brain wants to think about what's moving, but you're going to direct that to focus on the lift and lengthen and what's staying still. So we want to think about pushing through your stabilizing arm, lengthening out through the crown of your head. So self-cue as you breathe to about that lift and lengthen. And bring it in. One more on this side. Lift and lengthen. And bring it back in. Other side. Place your hand onto the ball. Now the right hand is on the floor. You're going to extend your right leg out. Push into your right arm and lift your eyes so you're looking towards the top of your mat. Good. So we're going to inhale. Arm and leg go out. And then we tap back down. And again. So focus on the lifting and lengthening and the stability from your head to your tail as your arm and leg are creating the motion. And roll out, pushing into your stabilizing arm, drawing your belly to your spine. And you reach and you bring it in. Good. Now this next series, if you find that it's hard being on your hands, you can always be down on your forearm. We're going to take the ball behind the back of your leg here. And again, you want to push into your arms. Forearms here is your option. And we're just going to lift through the leg and lower it back down. What's important is that as your leg lifts, that you're activating your buttocks, your glute, and lifting through your abdominals such that you're not sinking through the back. So when your leg goes up, your tummy stays pulled in tight. Your eyes are gazing forward so your head stays with your spine. You're going to lift, exhale, inhale to lower, pushing into your arms, lifting through your abdominals. And we lift, squeeze your glutes, and down. Now we're going to take the leg laterally off to the side. So what's important here is that when you lift your leg off to the side, that you don't let your pelvis drop away. So you press into your right hand, if you've got the ball on the right leg, and stabilize with your left hip. So this is where, again, the stability of the mid-back, your abdominals, and now your side hip come into play. So let's do one of each. We're going to lift the leg up behind you and bring it down, and then take it up to the side. And what you want to feel is that your body is staying completely still. You can visualize that there's glasses of water from your pelvis all the way up your spine. Pushing into your arms, lifting through your tummy. Let's take this into a circle so the leg comes around and in. And can you feel that connection between your left knee and your right arm? So here we're working on what's called your diagonal lines. Change direction, out to the side, around and in. And I picture that glass of water on my pelvis, and I want to move my hip joint and not my pelvis itself. And one more time, lift and lengthen, and bring it in. Good. So we're going to give your wrists a little bit of a break here before we go to the other side. And so what we're going to do here is take your right hand high. Your left hand palm goes onto the ball, and you're just going to rotate and then come back. And again, rotate, stretch across, and come back. Inhale, moving your shoulder blade away from your spine, and reach across. Feel nice after all that stability work. Change sides, palm is up, rotate, reach around, and come back up. Rotate, reach around, and come back up. 2 more times. Find your flow of breath and lift. And last one, and reach and lift. All right, so let's do the other side. So now you're going to pop the ball behind the back of the knee. And again, this can always be done on your forearms, easy peasy. So pushing up through the arms, lifting through the belly. We're going to lift the leg up, activate your glute, and bring it down. The most important is maintaining the line of strength and stability from your tail to the top of your head as you press into your arms, lift through your abdominals, and glance your eyes up to the top of your mat. Moving slowly, exhale, lift and squeeze. When we move slowly, we notice more. So when I get to the top of my lift, if I'm moving slow, I can make sure that I'm pulling my abdominals in and not letting my back arch. And we lift. Now let's take your leg out to the side. Again, push it to your arms. And as we move laterally, there's a little bit more involved now in the side hip to keep your pelvis centered. We also want to stabilize between your right knee and your left hand, and this is where your abdominals, your obliques come in. So we lift, and we'll do one more time. And then we'll do one of each. So we'll take the leg up behind us, and then take it out to the side. Once you've got the pattern of the movement, you always want your breath and focus to come back to your alignment and what's staying still. We're going to take our leg around in a circle now, so push into the arms. We think lift and lengthen and strengthen through your breath. Focusing on the movement is smooth because of your alignment and your stability. Other way. Up and around, find your breath, pressing into your arms. Think about the length and energy from your tail to your head, and one more time, around and in. Well done. All right, hands can go onto the ball and just stretch back. And now you're going to take the ball and put it between your knees. You're going to curl your toes onto the mat, and you're just going to stretch back. And then slowly walk your hands towards your legs. If you need to have your knees a little bit bent, you can do that. And just let your head hang and your upper body relax. And just take a couple of breaths here. Knees can be bent or straight. Good. And then you're going to bend your knees. And as you exhale, slowly roll up to a standing position. Take your time. Make sure you're not dizzy. And stand. Good. All right. So now we're going to do a little bit of standing work. So we've got the ball between the legs, just about the knees or slightly above. And we're just going to go into a squat. Check that your feet are parallel, toes are pointed forward. And remember, all squats, we want to start by sitting your hips back, but keeping your eyes and chest forward. Sitting the hips back is much different than taking the torso forward. So, eyes and chest are up. We want to initiate by sending your tailbone back, your knees bend. Press down with your feet and lift through your abdominals. Great exercise if you're a skier because we need to manage and keep our skis organized. So activating the inner thigh as we squat and stand is very functional for skiing. What we're also getting is the ankle motion and the feet work in this position, which is again important for skiing. Good. So let's just do 3 more. We can move our arms. We don't have to hold them up. But again, we want to make sure that your chest is up, eyes are looking ahead, and that you're literally moving from your hips, your knees, and your ankles. And then stand all the way up. Good. Now bend the knees just a tiny bit, and I want you to squeeze the ball and feel that activation through your abdominals at the same time. Squeeze and release. Good, so here we are in a semi-knee bend. If you're an equestrian, this is a really important position. Being able to post here and open and press and open, and one more time, getting that core activation with the legs, and then stand all the way up. Good.
Take the ball out. We're going to hold your arms in front. We're going to lunge to the side and bend the knee. We want to push off this leg, lift from your abdominals and step back. We step over and lunge, push off the leg, lift from abdominals and step back. So we lunge and push. So we're working on the side hip as part of the push off. We're looking at core stability and alignment to keep our balance. Good. And if you're feeling good in this position, you can start to lunge a little deeper and push back and lunge and push back. Good. And again. So the energy to lift your body, to stay light on your feet, really comes from that tension in your center. So your abdominals are lifting, your back is lifting and strong, and then we generate from the hip down to the foot. So we don't want to think about the foot doing it. You're going to get a foot drag. Instead, you want to activate the center, move from the hip, and then the foot is the last point of energy as you lift. Good, let's do 4 more. You lunge and lift. Good, and lunge, push up. Find that energy coming all the way up through the crown of your head. And last one, we lunge and we come back to center. Good. So now we're going to rise up to your toes. Reach the ball forward. Hold that. Good. You want to use the whole forefoot. So feel that you're using your big toe and your baby toe ball, and you're lifting up through your tummy. And then you're going to lower the heels, and we'll go into your prancing, alternating your heels. Down, up. You can picture balancing a book on top of your head, so you can literally feel your body going straight down and up and down. And if we want to add some arms so they don't get tired from being held out, pull and press. We're using the mid-back to pull the ball in and to press the ball away. So activating the muscles in our back that helps us stand up tall and strong. Good. And we can inhale, 4, 2, exhale, 4, 2. Inhale, 4, 2, exhale. And one more breath cycle. Inhale and exhale. Good. We're going to come to center. We're going to take a breath, bring the arm up, switch the ball, and come back. And again, breath up, switch the ball, and come back. And now this time we're going to bring the arms up. You're going to step the feet out. Bring this arm down and stretch over. And then bend your knees and sweep it around. Same side. Lengthen over. Sweep it around one more time. Lengthen over. And sweep it around. Changing sides. Here we go. We side stretch over and we sweep it around. Inhale and exhale. One more time. Inhale over and exhale center. Bringing your legs together. We bring our hands center. Take a breath in. Lift your chest up and exhale. Inhale, lift. Exhale, pull. Inhale, open. Exhale, nice and strong. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Bringing the ball down, chin nod forward, rolling down through your spine. You can soften your knees if that feels better for you. Relax your shoulders at the bottom. Take another breath. As you exhale, you can soften your knees and use your abdominals to roll all the way up to stand. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Up and over. Rolling forward. Finding that beautiful space through your spine. Take a breath in. And exhale to roll up all the way to stand. Well, I hope that felt good and that you enjoyed the little mat class with your bender ball. If you have any other requests, let me know. I'm happy to oblige. Thank you, everybody. Enjoy your day. Namaste.